nuts and you still got hair problems and you don't know which way to turn. You don't know what you deserve. Let's talk hair. I got what you deserve. Let's talk hair. Let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me.
All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk Hair. I have a special guest. But first, my name is Angela H. Brown. If you are new to Let's Talk Hair, honey, we give you all the tea about healthy hair, hair tips, hair advice, but we don't judge, okay? We do not judge on Let's Talk Hair. All of our guests at the end of the show will receive a prize if you can get our questions right on Let's Talk Hair. So if you can get the questions right, yes, Hunty, we will give you a wonderful, wonderful gift. And generally, we do um, a 2 ounce elixir. But first, I want to talk about our special guest. We want to welcome Adrienne D. Hughes. She's the owner of Panache Styles here in Memphis, Tennessee. And she works at a salon in Bartlett, Tennessee. And she's going to tell you more about that. Adrienne specializes in a lot of protective styles and she incorporates healthy hair. So we want, without any further ado, welcome Adrienne D. Hughes.
Hello, Angela. How are you?
Great. I want you to tell me something about you. Tell us how you got started all up in the hair game. And today's show is about meeting your hair goals. So tell us more about you.
Well, my name is Adrienne Hughes, and I branded myself as Panache Styles. Back in 2017, I was a teacher for about 15 years, and I decided to change professions while I was still young. And in doing so, I've worked at 2 salons, 901 Strands, and now I'm at Hair Angel Love. So Hair Angel Love is located at 2740 Bartlett Boulevard in Memphis, Tennessee /Bartlett. And so Panache is housed there. You can come in and visit me and see me, and you will be able to purchase our wonderful products, Deserve. So, you can come there and we will make sure that you get what you need. And so that's a little bit about myself, unless you have noticed something. I am wearing something. I have my pearls on today. Yes. Yesterday was our Founders Day. I'm a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. So today I went to wear my blue, and I see you have your blue on.
Yes, I'm representing. Yes, the Royal Blue. And congratulations and happy Founders Day.
Thank you. It's 101 years now.
Mm-hmm.
101 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yes, so that is a long time. But we want to dive in, and we have a lot to bring to the table. Our show today is about a new year, a new you, and hair tips to help you be healthy. So that's what it's all about. We do have Candace Adams, who says, "Hey, ladies, you all look cute in your blue."
Thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate that. I wanted to represent Adrienne today because she's my sister, my baby sister. Baby sister. So y'all know I don't play with that word baby. So but yes, but also she wouldn't even be on the show if she didn't bring what she brings to the table. So if you know me, you know she's worthy of being here, and she definitely, I'm so proud of her and all that she does. So we want to talk about a new you and a new year and a new you. A lot of people out there are finding themselves settling and saying, I guess what, I won't be able to, get my hair back or whatever. And Adrian's going to share with you, and then we're going to, I'll piggyback on things. So we're going to kick it off with question number one. Adrian, I want to ask you, how
Mhm.
how can someone who wants to grow their edges back achieve it in this 2021?
Well, it's very simple, very
Mhm.
easy. It's taking time to pamper your hair, putting your hair on a hair regimen. And one of the ways is using the Deserve product. And I use this in the salon. I use it at home because I'm at home, and I have my derma roller, and I also have my elixir oil. And two of these things really work hand in hand together. As a stylist, we know sometimes stylists neglects their own hair. And so we have to be, uh, you know, take our time and pour back into ourselves. And so I have cowlicks. My mom gave me these cowlicks, and I never knew I had it until I got to like 35. And so when 35 hit, I was like, wait a minute, is my hairline trying to recede on the sides? I've never seen that until then. And so glad you came up with the product, because I used it for my cowlicks, and they are filling back in. And so, but I have to tell myself, stop, do your regimen. And so when you think about the regimen, you're like, what regimen? Well, you use the elixir oil at least twice a day on the trouble areas that you have in your head. Then you also use the derma roller. You want to use that at least every 3 days. Every 3 days, you use it again. And so you use the derma roller to pierce the skin, to allow the oil to seep in into the skin and to break that layer that has closed up over those hair follicles. And when that happens, the hair follicles, the hair can't push up. It's like it's stuck because it has that layer. So that derma roller allows to break that skin and to pierce it, not to the point that it's bleeding, but to tenderize it and to allow air and the wonderful elixir to come in. And it's then able to go to the bulb of the hair follicle, and it stimulates it and it grows. Anything that you do on a regimen and you continue to do it over time, you will see success. I know we were talking about alopecia. And with alopecia doesn't happen just all of a sudden. It's something that happens over time. Now, we know that we can damage our hair by doing some stressful things. And so, because you spoke up, I do protective styles, and I have to tell my clients basically, crochet cannot be a way of life for you. Protective styles protect for a minute, but not for a lifetime. If that's something that you're using every month for 12 months, you're not really protecting. Actually, you're harming certain areas of your head. And to tell you, the place that will be harmed is your what? Your edges.
Mhm.
Because that's one of the weakest points in your or around, the perimeter of your head. That's one of the weakest points. So, putting that stress and that pull on it with the braids or anything heavy, that can stop your hair growth.
Wow, I love that. How many of you out there received that or agree? So put it in the chat and then make your comments, because now we know those nuggets. If you want your edges back, I see people, they'll have a fresh head of uh, braids, no edges. And so we know with traction alopecia, that's one thing, the pulling and the tugging. And people now are a little bit different. They're settling for protective styles. Like at the salon, I did someone's hair, and they got their treatment. They had a whole lot of shedding. So I was able to use the protective strand and stop their shedding. And they were like, well, and next week I'll be getting my crochets back. I said, oh, good. So then you have more shedding, and then I'll treat it. And, and they were like, well, it looks like it didn't do too bad. Yeah, because it's your first time. But over a period of time, I like how you said it becomes abuse to the hair. And
Yeah.
nowadays I've noticed, and it may hurt your feelings, and I don't care because it's the truth. Women are beginning to get so freaking lazy about their hair. They are getting so freaking lazy. And it is crazy how you want a man to be attracted to you and like all what he see. And then if he turn the light on, you ball as I don't know what. Because you don't care. You want to throw that old scary wig on and then turn around and think somebody's supposed to like your butt. You are not the before picture. You are after. You can do something about that. But you have gotten so freaking lazy.
Yeah.
Back in the day, people cared more about their hair. They
Yes.
put in the work. Now, I don't know who these people are who just walking around and just lazy. I mean, I wish
I agree with you. I agree with you.
they
And the
need to make
salon,
a whole mask for folks' heads, not just your mouth, your nose, your head, because that's crazy. But I think I'm in that truth moment. So it's time to stop sugarcoating this thing. I think people need to start, you let your bodies go, you let your hair go. It's time to care again. It's just time to care again. It's time for people to stop not caring.
yeah.
But that's my truth. But the next thing is Adrian, I'm gonna ask you, how can someone at home who is afraid to come into the salon to grow their hair back? How can someone just because people, I don't judge people. Uh, well, with this question, I don't. But what I'm saying is, some people are afraid. If you're afraid to come back into the salon, I respect that. But
Mhm.
there are things that you can do at home. And let's say, for instance, if someone just their hair was similar to yours or mine,
Mhm.
natural or chemical, but they're like, I was really into taking care of my hair because there's a lot of people who put in money. I got clients that put in
Yeah.
money. You have clients that put in money and time in their hair. These are different kind of people. But if with an epidemic, what can they do at home?
Well, at home, first of all, I people need to come in. I don't care what they say about not wanting to come into the salon at all. You need to come in so that we can teach you what to do to your hair. Just the other day, yesterday, I had someone come in and they are mixed. And so um, they're the mother has issues on basically how to take care of her child's hair
Mhm.
because her child's hair is it's more on the Caucasian curly side. Caucasians have natural curly hair also. Every Caucasian does not have straight hair. They can have natural curls. And so sometimes people, if that's not what they're born with, and then it's kind of hard for them to do someone else's hair. And so yesterday I took the time with the young girl because she's getting older. I took the time to talk to her about how to take care of her own hair, what products to use, what tools to use, how to use it in the shower, different steps that she could do so that her hair won't tangle up or get matted up. And so she wouldn't have known that at the house. She won't come to me as often because she doesn't have to, but now I have given her the tools that she needed, uh, or that she needs to go back and to take care of her hair. So when she left with products. So it's very, very important to come in and so that you can learn about the products that you need. And so when we go into the regimen once again at home, you need to shampoo your hair, not just once a month. Even I'm now natural. I never thought I was going to go natural, but during the pandemic, I became natural. And so you have to learn not to be lazy. And I can understand you just talked about being lazy. I have had moments even as a hairstylist, I wanted to be lazy with my natural hair. And so I have to make myself like, okay, yeah, this is on my hair, but there's a look about you. And you
Mhm.
just can't wake up and say, okay, I'm going to work. Let me pop on a hat. You just can't do that. You have to take care of your hair. Even if you're natural or if you have chemicals in your hair, you got to take care of your hair. So I think it's very important that you come in and you learn about the product. And then your stylist will, let you go home with product. Because what I use it in the salon, I want you to use at home because I want you to be able to keep up with what I'm doing here so you can do it at home also. So it's very important, people, to come into the salon so that you can take care of your hair at the house. And you can do it. And it's simple, but it's a regimen. You have to have the right products and you need to know what to do. And you won't know unless you give your hairstylist a call to have consultations via Facebook, YouTube, FaceTime. Sometimes people say, the pandemic, and I understand because I stand over people heads daily, and you double up your mask. And so I pray to God every day that he protects me because this is my job. But you also have to realize, I'm standing over you. I want you to go home and take care of your hair. You all can make that phone call if you're scared, and we can ship you your product so that you can have what you need. It's very, very important. Your hair is what you have. Once your hair is gone, yeah, we can rock the ball head. That's nice. But if we can savage your hair, we can take care of it and maintain what you have. Then why not, come in so that you can do that at home?
Yes, I want to add to that. Also, Deserve created something called the regrowth system, and
Mm-hmm.
we had someone who actually had crochet braids. Her stylist called her and said during the epidemic, "You know what? Let me. You ready to get your crochets?" And she said, "I don't have any hair that can hold the crochets."
Oh.
And so she met me, and she got the regrowth system, and you guys, it was amazing how her hair just came back together. I was just like in awe. She said, "I am going to commit. Whatever you say do, I'm going to do it." And she did, and she started out, I hope y'all can see, she started out like this, and it was actually worse than that. You could see the edges and all of that. And then after the regrowth system, she went from that to this.
Mm.
you know she
Yeah.
actually committed. She got the job done, and she told me, I wanted to do exactly what you guys
Mhm.
say do. So I also feel like you have to know your situation. You have to know if whatever happened to you. Like Adrian told you, the dermal roller. She knew it was a scalp issue, so she was able to remove fillers. She was able to scrub that scalp, get that elixir down in there, and stimulation. We also have a new brush called the stimulator. And that stimulator, I love it because it has the teeth on it, and but it is a little softer than a derma
Mhm.
roller that spikes it, and it actually helps stimulate abandonment stimulation. So when you're at the house, please reach out, and also a salon professional. You might have been going to someone who did your wigs or whatever, but make sure that that person has passion and education about healthy hair, and
Mhm.
they're willing. Some stylists are not willing to give you information because it's only going to be a practice if only you're sitting in that chair. Make sure that you have someone who is open and who can ignore the fact we talk about money. We're just trying to help you,
Yes.
because clients will come back to you and come back to you and come back to you if they know that you truly, truly care. And um, that's what only thing I want to add to that is just make sure when we say pHs are balanced, make sure that is while you're at home that you're even having the right tools, the detangling brushes, the double-sided uh, bonnets, that you're not just lounging around on wool or anything that will pull your hair, or any jackets that are going to pull your nape area. Just make sure that you're keeping your tools clean, your hair clean,
Mhm.
and make sure you're brushing it, and not just taking your hair and throwing it on top of your head and putting a little thing up there, and and then you just think you cute, and it's just forming dreads and knots up there. You got
Yes,
to pull it down, you got to comb it, and moisture is the key. You got
yes.
to make sure you have moisture in your hair. Um, but I'm excited. And then Adrienne, she does drill things home to her clients, so she's open. Adrian, the next question is how a person can, with traction alopecia, begin to grow the hair, and also what can they expect in the process? Because I had a client, and that was coming. People with traction alopecia sometimes can be tough on them, and I really, my hearts go out to the ones that have traction alopecia. But Deserve has been able to help, but it also needs a good hand on there. So if they have traction alopecia, would you recommend they come into the salon or battle it themselves, and or what can they do about it?
Well, I feel like well, I already know they should come into the salon. Um, I want their expectations. I have a lot of clients that come in and they're always saying that I remember when my hair was thick. Oh, I had thick hair. My hair was so thick and full. It's not thick and full now. I'm 42 now. And when I was younger, I had thick hair. Okay. My hair right now looks like it's extremely full and thick. It is to a certain degree, but it's not as thick as it was 15 years ago. You have to understand as you get older, your hair changes. That's just like we get crow's feet, we get wrinkles, things begin to sag, gravity pulls on us. It's the same thing with your hair. Okay. Things happen and your hair changes. You cannot, and I hate to let, people say, what can this elixir grow my hair? Yes, it can. It can grow your hair. It's going to take time. For some people, it fell out in one day, but others, it took time. So it's not like it's going to grow in one day and it's back. And well, I want it full, real full, ma'am. Let me explain something to you. As you get older, you're on medication. You've done things to your hair. It's not going to grow back as full as it once was. I can't lie to you. I'm not going to sell you a dream. Can I get hair to grow back into that area? Yes. Can I get it as thick as it was when you were 15? No. You've aged. You still take medication. You're still putting medication in your body, which goes through your bloodstream. And as it goes through your bloodstreams, then it hits your hair follicles. That is the point when it hits your hair follicles, when it hits that bulb, it's feeding the hair. It's feeding the hair, and within that blood is medication. So it's kind of like the elixir. It's kind of working against your medication, which your medication is helping what you need to keep your blood pressure down, or your diabetes, or cancer, or, it's doing so much. The elixir can get you so far. Remember, the medication sets you back. Okay, it shits you back some, but the elixir and the derma roller and taking care of your hair can push you forward, but not when you were 15 and your fro was this big. I can't sell you a pipe dream. I'm not going to do that, and I'm very honest with my clients, and I let them know I can get you back hair on your head, but we don't go home with you either. That's just the same thing, Angela, you was talking about doing things at the house. We don't go home with you. Are you washing your bonnets? People, I have a client, she told me, girl, I keep my bonnet on all day, every day. Can you take that off? I don't care if you leave in the house, take your bonnet off and allow your hair to breathe. Because when you have that bonnet on all day and then you turn around and sleep in it, I don't know who you laying next to, but once you do take that bonnet off, and you don't even have to take that, they can smell your hair.
Mm-hmm.
So when I tell people, it's and back to the alopecia, I don't sell a pipe dream. I tell them what I can do and allow them to know what they can do to help the process. But don't feel overwhelmed when you don't see the results of that picture that you showed me. I want to go back there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get you back there, or I can tell you what I can get you, but it might not be there. And so people have to understand it's a process. And then sometimes, I'm just going to be honest with you, you have a wonderful product, but if the person hair is damaged, if that skin, if it's scarred, if it's nothing there, if you look at it with your magnifying glass and there's no open pores, it's nothing that we can do. Now we have to find something else to, help you. But sometimes people come to us when it's been 20 years. You
Mm-hmm.
know, now you're going to come to the salon. It's been 20 years. So, I mean, people, let's think about what we're doing. Let's think about what we're asking for and to be honest with ourselves. And I have clients all the time who tell me, Angela, they'll say, Adrienne, I don't do this every day. I skip, I forget. Okay, so it's not me. And it was so funny. We were in the salon the other day, and someone told the stylist, why does my hair look like your other clients? And they were like, well, they get treatments, they purchase products, they use it on a regular. Um, and they were like, oh. So, so you have to be honest with yourself. What are you doing? What is your regimen? Are you sticking with it?
It makes sense. And I think sometimes people are more harder on the ones who are trying to fix it than the ones who damaged it, which would be
Oh,
yourself or the other stylist or whoever. Recently had someone but they just didn't get it. What it is I call myself the best boyfriend because when you come to me, I'm gonna be good to you. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make sure you're good. And I do say I am not a doctor, but I will pray about your hair. I'm gonna ask God for direction. I'm gonna shampoo you, and I'm not gonna say much, but I'm gonna be praying because I want everybody to get their hair back. But
mhm.
sometimes it's also stress can slow up the process if your mind is telling you, it's not going to work. It's not. You have to speak great things over your life, over your hair, over your body, over your health. We're in
Yeah.
an epidemic, and you have to speak life and healing. So I think if the mind is positive, it
Mhm.
sends a signal, and then when you put in good product and good habits, it can all come together. And people with traction alopecia, be patient with the process, but don't give up on the process
That's true.
because you were doing what you were doing, and sometimes you still putting on a wig, and sometimes you still pulling them braids on your hair, and sometimes you still got bad habits because you can't just be fully delivered if you still smoking a little crack. You're gonna have to let it go. And then when you let that crack go for real and stop wanting to look like uh everybody that's sitting around you, and you can't figure out why not, because you're still on the crack. You won't let go what's damaging you. So I can't help a person. I can't follow you around and force you to to do what's right. But we're gonna keep it moving, but we still will definitely be here. I would just say do not give up. Do not give up. But at
Mhm.
the same time, you have the DNA from your parents and your people, and it's different. Go back to your back in the day pictures. and
Mhm.
see what your hair is able to accomplishing. But and then think about how many times you have worn your wigs and braids and tugged and your quick weaves, and how that wiped out like a
Yes,
tsunami or hurricane. It wiped out what you did not appreciate,
yes.
at the
So
time.
true.
And I know you wish you could go back, but you might have to accept a new normal. Not as much hair, but you can wear your hair. So, but I, don't give up. Um, okay, Adrian, how can someone come out of their wig and start to grow their hair? They really want it. So how can they come out of their wig and they really want new hair? Anything positive they can do?
Wear their hair. That is very important. You have to embrace what you have. Okay. That's in anything that you do. That's you have to your self-esteem. Everything plays on your self-esteem sometime, but at some point, whatever size you are, you have to embrace what size you are at that time. Wear the correct clothes that will enhance uh, beauty and self-respect. Same thing with your hair. Um, Embrace your hair. I know some people, I know a couple of people, long hair is where it's at for them. But if their hair is not long, then they always put on a wig because I want long hair. But if you never take off the wig, you never give yourself a chance to have long hair.
Mhm.
Some people do. Sometimes that's when the alopecia comes in because you've worn it too long. So you have to decide what is important. Do I want to wear my hair and embrace it and create styles that enhance my beauty? Or am I going to continue to put on this lace front, use got to be glue, and use all these products that are snatching out my edges? Um, Also, making my scalp, put on a wig can smother your hair. So a lot of times women they want to keep their wig sewn down. And I tell people with a wig, you kind of want it to be able to take it off at night. You want to be able to take it off at night. You want to be able to shampoo your hair on a regular basis instead of, getting it sewn down so that you can actually take care of your hair. So that's one thing I would tell a person. If you're stuck on wigs and you always get it sewn down, the first step, stop getting it sewn down or even glued down around your edges. Make it to the point where you are able to take it off at night, or when you get home you're able to take it off so that you can care for your hair and treat your hair. That's
Mhm.
the first step. After that, then it's time to the second step, start going to the salon throughout this whole time, but you want to start actually getting treatments,
Mhm.
the reversal, well, the strand, oh no, I can't even get it right. You want to use the licks on a regular basis and the
Mhm.
derma roller, but then you also want to use our treatment, okay? The Deserve treatment, that when you come in, we are using our strengthening and straightening spray on your hair to stop that shedding, to put that protein back in. And so that will begin to strengthen your hair. And then we're going to style according to how much hair you have and to enhance your beauty.
Mhm.
So yes, it's time to get out the wigs. And if you're not ready, then get it to where you're able to take it on and off. And I have some clients, they do that. They wear their wigs from time to time when it's a special occasion. Um, they don't wear it because they have to. It's by choice.
Mhm.
So
Okay, that's good. And I would add to that saying that start out maybe when you can. There are some wigs that will allow you to kind of pull the front of your hair and blend in, and maybe you can get it
mhm,
away from your forehead, and then just kind of, blend it until, and then treat it. I do have clients from time to time will do the little braid, and we're not they're still treating. Now I
mhm,
have someone now that I'm working on with it, and her hair is coming forward now. At first, her hair was going back, and now her hair is coming
mhm,
forward because she is on the 8-week treatment system. And so she's actually doing it. I created that so people can read what's going on. I just recently added another treatment system in the salon that I'm doing. I made up where people can use the. I start out. I do 2 shampoos.
Mm-hmm.
um, I put the elixir, so because we got to bring an old school regimen back, and it's called hot oils. So I put the elixir to represent my hot oil. I put the apple cider on to detox, and then I put the silk milk on top of all of that, and
Mm-hmm.
then I put up under the hydration dryer. And then when they come out, their hair is gorgeous and full, and I'm telling you, it is beautiful. And they're going like, oh, sometimes if I use the apple cider, it would kind of dry my scalp a little bit. But I noticed when you did that, my scalp feels good because also the reason why I'm hydrating everybody now is because of the fact the weather has changed and
Yes.
the environment is so drying to the hair because the wind is actually going through every parts of your hair now, and
Yes.
while it's going through there, it's removing moisture, it's taking it out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to hydrate and we're going to put it back in. If you don't even have a bottle of that elixir, you need it, because I noticed that
Yes.
I wasn't using, I would be doing like a little this and a little that and a little this, and I'm like, oh snap, I need you know, start using it more. And people would think so more so in the summer, but in the winter, we're dry. We're putting hats on our heads, uh, fur ball stuff, wigs, and all this stuff because it's cold. And you're protecting your head from the weather, but also have something up under there when those fabrics are taking some of the moisture and the oils from your hair. Also, this show is going so well. So we hoping that you all start commenting and let us know that if you have a question, Adrienne is here. We got her on the show. She's just not here looking all cute. If you have a question, ask the question. We got only Tavia and Candace that is saying something. So if you cannot get nothing in and you're not getting your question through and you're typing, call me at 877-833-5877 and an extension to 877-833-5877 extension 2. We can ask Adrienne a question right now. C. Adam says that treatment worked well for me. Thanks, Angie. Now, Candace, she removes her wig. She does
Mm-hmm.
work out almost every day. She is in the salon. She had traction alopecia. She's turning it around. She
Good.
gets it. So kudos. We want to say thank you, Candace, for trusting the process.
Yeah.
And she does. And she has a positive attitude. Yes, I prayed over her head. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, God, come on in here, because she's a good person, she's
Yeah.
positive, and she's committing, really committing. So we got Tavia. Adrienne, if you want to read that.
It says, I have a client with traction alopecia and she's going natural now.
Mhm.
Um, that's a positive thing. I, I tell people all the time, going natural is the going thing right now. And I know at some point we'll be going back to relaxers. I tell people relaxers are not a negative thing, but you have to know your hair and you have to know when to stop putting chemicals on your hair. And you have to know when to do something different. And a lot of times, it's time, but if you're going to a stylist, of a hair care stylist, then they'll help you deciding which direction to go next. So that's a plus. I think when you have traction alopecia, you should go natural. That's, for me. But I tell people all the time, natural, there's two types of natural. There's natural where you wear your curls, your curl patterns. And like me, I don't silk my hair out, I wear my curls. But then you have the natural that, silk the hair, right? They want the heat. They don't mind that their hair buns are being broken down so it can stay straight. There's two type of naturals. You have to figure out which one do you want to be. And it's okay. And sometimes if you have traction alopecia and you want that straight flowing look, you can have that without using chemicals. So you just have to figure out what's good for you, what's good for your hair. I was talking to a stylist in a salon and Hair Angel Love yesterday, and we talked about how clients like to listen to everybody else, and everybody else can tell them how they should wear their hair, what they should use, how they should do it. And then they come back to you and give you a rundown what everybody has told them. And then they're second guessing what you're saying. And so we were talking about, okay, do you tell the client you might want them to do your hair? And maybe I'm not the person for you because you're not listening to me. You're not taking my professional advice. You're telling about everybody else and what they're doing. I think sometimes clients forget the reason why they're coming to you. People don't come to me for me just to style their hair. People come to me so I can take care of their hair. It's like when you go to the doctor. You're going to the doctor because you trust them with your body. You feel like they are the one for you. And if you don't like how they are talking to you or treating you, you go find somebody else who you feel, can do it better. So, we have to tell clients all the time, I understand what your friend said, what your friend stylist said. I understand all that. But let me tell you what we need to do here while you're sitting in my chair. I think it's important that a client realizes that they come to you for a reason. Take my advice. If you disagree, I understand, but don't be combative, with people who I don't even know, and they don't even do hair. They're looking on YouTube University. Stop. I think that's important. I just have to throw that in there because that was a salon moment the other day.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I like that, and I love that comment, YouTube University, because that's how a lot of stuff got started, through social media, YouTube. You have a lot of people where we got our license. You got a lot of people who Googled and thought they were professional, and but they had a talent and they did not take out time to do what we did. Yeah. But kudos to you for getting your coins illegally. But
Angela, quick, let me throw some out there, because I have us live on. I did a watch party from what you're doing on Zoom, and so this one person said, Sonia Jackson. She said, "Does color dry out your hair?" So that was one question. I don't know if you got that through yours, but it came up on mine. She asked, does color dry out your hair? And so, Sonia, let me go ahead and answer this really quick. Yes, color can dry out your hair. Color can damage your hair. It's a chemical. You have to pay attention to whose chair you're sitting in, because you want to make sure that they understand color and know how to take care of color. This is something important that you have to pour back into your hair. You have to put moisture back in it. You can't allow it to get too dry, because it will snap and it will break off. One of the things I don't do as a stylist, if you call me up and say I want color and I've never done your hair, I like money, but I don't want that type of money. Some people just want to come in and get color because they've seen that I can color, but you want to be a one-time client. I don't do one-time clients, not when it comes to color, because I like to take care of my client's hair. So if you're going to get color, you need to make sure that you have the right products at home that your stylist is using at the salon. And you really want to make sure you go to the salon and get your color. You don't want to do those box colors. Not at home.
True that. And I've just recently, I was using a professional brand called Pravana, but I've recently switched this at State Beauty Supply, where salon professionals can only get it. But the young ladies had shown me this particular color brand, and it acts like it is conditioner rather than color. It colors the
Mm,
hair, but when you silk that hair out, it has a uh, slick sheen, and that matter of fact, I have the color in my hair, but I have the demi of it, and I got a lot of compliments on it. It's been easy on my hair, but when I actually did a client, and her hair was real long, and her mom was afraid that her hair would shed, and we did the color on her. So, but one thing that I do with colors that Adrienne and I took your advice with is that I made sure that I do hydration.
yes.
And that's something once she said it, I was like, snap, you know. And this is the new color, and her hair is so long, but at the
Mm,
same time, when I did that color on her, it was like her hair was very dark, but it's very long. But when she's wearing her hair, it yeah, she has long hair, but when she wears her hair, it actually is it's very curly because she can wear her hair curly. And so but generally I do incorporate the protected strand to replace protein that's being taken out instead of just putting the color
mhm,
on there. I do balance out the pH to stabilize the hair from being in such a shock, and I do use the apple cider, the conditioner. I mean, I make sure that the once I finish that the hair, I've up my color game,
mhm,
um, and I make sure that the hair is stabilized because you may have your favorite color, but you can actually lose hair. And if I do a
mhm.
relaxer, I spray that treatment spray, base the scalp, spray that treatment spray from root to tip to keep that hair from shedding while it's getting the relaxer. So
Okay.
there are things that you can do. I make sure
Mm,
that, of course, my clients, when they come in, they know, no, I'm not just doing, if we had that, a lot of people wouldn't even go natural because when I rinse their hair off, not only does it feel strong, it has has a new strength,
mm,
rebuilds broken bonds, has a pretty sheen to it, put the body in it, and their hair is not popping. But back in the day, people have to wait 2 weeks before they could get volume back in their hair. But now I spray it in there, spray that treatment in there. And if I have to go back through it a little bit more, I want you to enjoy, especially have a double treatment. So,
yeah.
I'm sorry, a double chemical, which is a color and a relaxer. You have to be
Mhm.
even more aware. But Adrian, um, we talked about everything. There is something that a lot of people do, and they'll say it. I'm sure your clients have said it in your face, and you went like, "Really? I can't believe you just said that." You know, I've told you what to use, okay, and you
Right.
just because you had some left at the house, but you give. There is, like we said, the regrowth system, and then you have people who, because they don't want to waste their money, but it doesn't do anything for them. I know plenty popular brands that do nothing but maintenance. That means it's not going to take your hair out and it's not going to put your hair back in. It's just going to maintain you. So, should I use several products while growing my hair? Let's talk about what products that work on my hair. So, when a person tells you, I mix can 2 with Deserve. I mixed TCB or whoever with Deserve. How does that work? How do you explain that?
Well, you got to know the person's hair. Um, I'm the type of person, I love Deserve. I use Deserve, but I also like other products also. Even on my hair. I use Deserve, but then I use other things that can do certain things to my hair to make it style a little bit different. So you have to know what to use on the person's hair to get the results that you want. Um, I like professional products. So when you're talking about I'm mixing Cantu with Deserve, it's certain products. that are not considered professional because it, to me, it's just, it has too much perfume in it. It smells wonderful. I knew a young lady, she said that I use certain products just because they smell good. I want my hair to smell good. And wanting your hair to smell good, you're also drying out your hair. So I try to tell people you need to be careful what products that you're using because it's smelling good, but it's drying out your hair. Deserve products smell wonderful, but it's not drying out your hair. It's actually putting moisture back into your hair. So for me, sometimes you can mix some things and you can mix wrong. Sometimes you can mix certain products and you can mix right. But usually you will spend too much money trying to go back and forth, trying to figure it out. Um, so it's good when you find what you like and what works, stick with it. And if it's actually growing your hair, then that's great. That's what you want. And so I always try to tell my friend, go ahead and put this elixir with this. I try to give them the product that I know will grow their hair and moisturize their hair. Because if they choose to use something extra, then I know I have given them that foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important to me. Your foundation is important. And whatever you have built off of that, hopefully it won't destroy what I'm working with. And I always ask my client, what else are you using? I know when they're using something different. I know when they're using something and it's not working. And so they respect me. They'll say, okay, what should I use? And then I'll give my advice and, I'll tell them what they should use. But sometimes for me, that's like us. When it comes down to elixir, there's so many uses to it, right? Mm-hmm. So one use, and I see the time is almost time for us to get off, but let me tell you this. In a salon, the owner of Hair Angel Love, Angela Castor, she was like, Adrienne, and you do certain things all the time, but we found one thing that works really well when we're about to do like a silk press. That once you have conditioned, you have hydrated with the silk milk, when you have done use all the products and you're now down at the end, if you take some elixir while your hair is wet and moist, and put it on the ends of the hair, right? Because we know a lot of times people's hair is very brittle on the ends. So if you take the elixir oil while the hair is wet and rub it on the end, and then you begin to blow dry using the brush and the blow dryer, when I tell you the hair, it does wonders with the silk press. It does. It changes the game when you are blow drying your hair. It's not dry. It's not brittle. That really, really works. So if I see we have some stylist, Wita is on here on my page. I see Miss Cass is on here. No breakage. And it's just amazing how adding that to the hair makes a difference when you are blow drying.
Yeah, Wita said hydration is key. She's the owner of Jolie. Actually, she has 2 locations.
Mm-hmm.
One is Forest Hill, and the other is Winchester and Forest Hill as well. Angie Castor, she said no breakage as well. And so we have Bobby Phillips, LOL, YouTube University, and Sonia Jackson said, okay, good. I usually go to the same person for color, so I will continue to do that as well. So yeah, so we have a lot of people. We have Margaret Kane that says, hello, beautiful ladies. And Derek Lamont Stanley speak. Angie Theodore Chisholm says, hello, ladies. And Bobby's waving. So a lot of these comments aren't coming through. So Angie Cassie said, girl, you fine, gone Hughes. So we T Yvette said, awesome sis. And so we just want to thank you all. So we're catching it all over. But yes, we want to end this with a question, and then we're going to catch it all through. The question is, Adrian said there are two ways that a person can go natural. What are those two ways that you're going natural? I mean,
You want me to answer?
me and Adrian not gonna give you the answer.
Oh, I'm gonna say you.
So, what are the two
There's
ways?
two types. Say there's two types of
I'm
natural.
sorry, Adrian.
Two types
There
of
are
natural.
two types. So let's catch them at your watch party because
Okay.
there are two types. Adrian said you either can wear a natural nista will wear her hair this way, or that way. We have um Candace Adams. We have one natural or silk press. We're going to get two more comments and then we'll let you all know who actually won. Uh, Anybody else? Adrian, this is your watch party.
Somebody says big chop or grow it.
Okay, so we have a natural wearing or your natural curl pattern, or you can get silk pressed out. So, Adrian, your other person said what?
They said big chop or grow it.
Big Chop or Grow It. So we have Tabia Hall, which is a winner, and we have C. Adams, which is Candace Adams, which is a winner. So we're going to ship out your products because Adrian, that is that was the correct answer was either you're going to wear it your natural curls or you're going to wear your hair silked out. So those are the two ways. So we definitely thank you all for tuning. Adrian, any last comments that you want to tell these people before we end?
No, I think we've said it all. I have enjoyed myself today, discussing how to take care of your hair and looking at your hair goals, how to achieve it. Anything that you have, I would say this: we didn't make a list of our goals, but one, make a plan. Two, and within that plan, find you a stylist who's a hair care stylist, not someone who just style hair, but someone who actually takes care of your hair and believes in treatments. Two, I would say make a plan and be realistic with your plan. After being realistic with your ideas of the goal that you wanted to achieve, make sure you stay consistent. Stay consistent in your pattern of going to the salon and what you do at home. And always choose great products. And I would love to say, Deserve professional hair care products is one you should choose.
That is always the one. I'm just kidding, y'all. There's a lot of great products out there.
It is a lot of great products, but yeah, this is just one I'm calling number one right now. I'm using this in the salon with me. You know, I use many, but this is one of on my level. This is on the top.
Yeah.
So,
and it is a Deserve show. So hey,
it is. So that's what we are discussing. Deserve. And Deserve, it believes in hair growth, it believes in treatment, and it believes in results. And you get them. You get very great results. So, thank you, Angela, for having me on with you today and representing my wonderful organization, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I appreciate it. Looking good with the pearls on today.
And you all, thank you so much. Tabia Hall says, I enjoyed the discussion, and that is important to our clients, the process, to trust the process. Amen. And she says, I love Deserve. I love you, Tabia. Thank you for trusting Deserve. And also she said treatments are defined important. Treatments are important. I had someone come in the salon and she said, oh, baby. Well, she didn't even come. I told her I just wasn't for her and I can refer her to someone else because she said, just cut me, style me, let me go. I said, I'm not the one for you because I'm not. So let's get someone who can do that. Because I'm gonna
all money ain't good money.
All money ain't good money. Because when I tell you, no. So but that's another show. Also, we are starting, we're going to have a kickoff with the Deserve. We're going to have the how to take care of your hair, a treatment process of actually you doing it at home, or you can take it to your stylist, but they're going to be crazy prizes and everything going on from actually, this is the kickoff for Adrienne being on the show, and it's called the Healthy Hair Goals. So if you are in our email, you're going to get it. You will purchase our Healthy Hair Challenge products. Once you purchase the products, then it signs you up. This time, there is money involved. Deserve will be paying for first, second, and third place. So you already have the products, so you're gonna get money. So we got a nice sum of money to give you from Deserve Professional Hair Care. But we also want you to go to our website at deservehealthyhair.com for more FAQs on our brand. We thank our special guests. We thank Adrienne D. Hughes, owner of Panache Styles. Thank you for embracing us, my baby sister. And also, congratulations to your Founders Day as well. I see Rita Rand on there. Congratulations to you. She's a Delta. So we want to congratulations. It was Founders Day. Any AKAs, congratulations to you all too. But I have to support my sister with the royal blue. So remember that everyone deserves a second chance at healthy hair. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Talk hair, let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair.